He's recording. See the size of them chickens?
Crazy.
The guy was telling me penitentiary for people like that.
Oh yeah, do the rituals out here with us. Yeah. So they'll hang themselves on a cross and hooks and smack themselves with barbed wire.
We're deep in Penitente Canyon at a phenomenon called wagon wheels, which is bringing a wagon up on top of this mesa.
Oh, check this out!
And supposedly this is made by wagons, which looks remarkably like Saguache, which was not made by wagons. But there's some kind of carving going on here. It's definitely man-made. It almost looks like a machine came through here.
Your call, Waco or man-made?
Where?
Come here, you gotta come around this way.
That looks great right there. Wagon wheels. Oh, that's a Waco.
Yeah?
Yeah. In rhyolite tuff, maybe? Simply because that's the same thing, only smaller.
Yeah.
But a lot going on. Let's follow the wagon wheels. You're on air. Don't trip. So these are supposed to be from logging. I guess it's possible that these are actually from millions of carts coming up here. Maybe, why would you need to come up to the top here?
Why would you need millions of carts? That's a lot of traffic.
Yeah, this is like hundreds of years of traffic there. Or maybe they pre-carved it just as a way to get through. What do you think? That's Alan for scale. What are your thoughts when you see this video? Tell me what's going on here.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
The thing is that these ruts would not really make travel any easier. They're not like flat.
Yeah, like here. Why didn't they fix that? How come there's not a groove here to make it smoother? See
this
that?
is totally uneven. Like from here to here, this is much lower. It doesn't make any sense for wagons.
Yeah, I don't get that. Why the upper ones are smooth. That's a piece of plastic. Wagon wheels.
That's like words of the day.
Wagon wheels.
Wagon wheels.
Marco!
There's Rex. Are there wagon wheels up there?
No, there's no. I thought I saw something a little bit coming up, but not as profound.
So these go down. Look at where these wagon wheels go. They go down and fall off the cliff. It's the log flume where the logs went. This is the trail out of Penitente. We're at the very upper section. So there you go. Those are wagon wheels at the top of the mesa in the middle of nowhere, so that wagons could come through here. Wagon wheels. That's crazy.
I have a feeling there's something up here.
that is like every plasma discharge feature ever. Like the big double eyes.
Yeah.
But it's just a cliff.
It kind of looks like a moai.
Can you take a picture of it with your...
Yeah.
All right. My camera's...
We just look at that. Hey everybody, Rex Bear Leak Project. How the heck are you? I'm with Diamond and Leah. And we are looking at these petroglyphs right now, and we are doing our best to decipher what this actually means. Thus far, the conclusion is, or the hypothesis, the current hypothesis, I shouldn't say conclusion, the current hypothesis is the beans on the top, you can see these stick figures on the top here, are actually events, or it's a timeline of what the natives saw in the skies, in the heavens. And below, we think could possibly be a family of 5 observing what's going on above, possibly. And if you look at the Perrot instability plasma experiments, that's how you get these stick figures. So during a time of catastrophic events, a solar event, look above it. This is what gets really interesting, is these 2 large circles. You'll notice above it, and then, yeah, right there, and then there's a plasma type lightning bolt of some sort. Now, it's either starting from left to right, and...
This is even zigzag, Rex.
Yeah! It zigzags like a lightning bolt. It's like a giant lightning bolt, and this right here we think could be Venus above it. I don't think it's a comet. I think it's too big as far as the depiction. I think it's Venus.
It definitely has a planetary look with the tail here, because it points out. Mm-hmm. And then you can see a different depiction of it in a more vertical fashion, almost like a volcano out the back.
Yep.
And it's important to also notice that there's something that appears to be a ladder here, and then the sun, also in black and red.
By the way, Rex, Velikovsky hypothesized that Venus actually was a comet at one time.
Yeah. So that would make perfect sense. I shouldn't say perfect sense, but that would be a great explanation for this depiction. It's like a calendar of events. This is what they see from left to right, or is it from right to left? And is Venus popping out of the horizon and going to the left, or is it going right down? I actually kind of feel like it might be right to left.
I think it's actually left to right simply because of the directionality of, let's call it a comet, that has a tail on one side, right? Like that, where that point of the circle is.
Yes.
And then there's some kind of trail behind it.
Yes.
And it's kind of similar with the next one over. You don't see a trail, but you do see that same point sticking out at the top.
But look at think about this for a moment. Let's go back. Let's do something else. Let's look at this as an entire event, starting here. Whether or not that.
You gotta get out of that.
Yeah. Okay. So whether or not that is the sun, or that's the planet Venus that they see starting that way.
Yeah, it rises over the horizon. Oh. Maybe they see the Jacob's ladder, and then this is the Perrot instability and the North Pole they're seeing that's changing, where the legs change. Now the good thing is that when we came into the park, this version is much better preserved at the beginning, so we can actually see this image the way it changes, the way Anthony Perrot would explain it from the changing plasma discharge. But this is also clearly some planetary body that they're seeing, and I like how you linked it up through there. Yeah. It could be that.
It's either coming this way to the left, or it's showing as it's going down. However, the way that I see this, I'm just envisioning these guys in the horizon. They're seeing in the sky, and then there's this giant planet Venus here. And the way that, like you said, it's not circular. It's circular, but it's got a little bit of a point to it.
Little tail.
Little tail, and that's, like you said, Velikovsky described that. Wow.
It could also suggest a collision of some sort.
Yeah, because if you go left to right, you got the tail on the comet, and then it's slowly turning down, and it actually hits the people on the right side there.
Or the quote-unquote people are the Perrot instabilities that are the result of a collision.
Yeah, so maybe the Perrot instability was out to the North Pole, and Venus's configuration was much higher and not connected to it. And then as it came down, it hit the head, so to speak, which was at the North Pole, which they could come out of this cave and look at.
That's a good thing to think about, because where this
is, why
is this right here?
They could come out of here and see it right here, the North Pole.
Hey, Alan.
So there's the Perrot-Allen instability. Then they draw it right down in there. By the way, we're in the middle of nowhere. And
Yeah.
it's like, this is like a more than a mile from the last place we found this same exact thing. And Lee and I just found another same exact version of the red, just a little bit, few thousand feet down there. And this is the only glyph we found.
And they're both facing this
These
way.
are the only petroglyphs in this whole area. It's this image,
Yep.
which is the story.
Very important. Like I say, it's like do you think the description, a calendar, almost like it's like a calendar of events that they put in stone?
Right, that's the picture
Or a
right
sequence of some kind.
Nothing to do with a
Playing the flute?
ceremonial dance or anything.
That's what the depiction was. They said there was somebody playing the flute.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure.
Yeah, so playing the flute and wagon
You
wheels.
know, they say that there's lots of references to Kokopelli, who's the flute player.
Yes.
But
So we've got flute players and wagon wheels that are able to go from a duality to a
Well,
singularity.
there's a giant comet crashing into them. That's the end of the flute playing.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm also
All right.
kind of wondering if like this line of figures in some way matches up to the available horizon here, if you know what I'm saying. I mean, it's really hard to tell.
You're right.
It's possible that was what was actually visible.
So as they're seeing it, they're writing it
You can't
down.
rule out the fact that there weren't dancing Parat instabilities in the sky.
That's what I'm thinking.
Like
that
10
these are.
next to each other.
That's what I'm thinking that these are.
You know, which is interesting because Catholic prophecy talks about Armageddon events when it's like solar events, right? Like that they're seeing stuff moving in the sky. That would explain the plasma stuff.
Right.
Wow. They're looking at it like gods, but you know, it's more like.
I mean, this is like a once in a lifetime thing that's going to totally blow your mind when you see it. So of course you're going to put it in rock.
Right.
You know, and of course you're going to be like, this is something supernatural because I've never witnessed this before.
Yep. Perfect. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Oppenheimer ranch style.
The largest petroglyph in the world.
7 years old.
He's cleaning it. He's cleaning the root. Then, good times.
Oh, stop. Don't do that. Somebody wrote that in the comments.
That looks like a classic. Sunset and it's getting chilly in Penitente. Tons of climbers in here. And that's Japanese wisteria, that fuzzy stuff. I think. It's an invasive. Rock shelter. Come to the end of our journey. About 5 miles round trip. It was a fantastic day. And we're back where we started at the Penitente Canyon paintings. So we spotted some of these in the field, and I'm going to be sharing all the videos together. But luckily they protected these because they're almost gone. And again, what I believe we're seeing here is the Penitente Canyon, and then the event over it. This is the comet, and these are the different anthropomorphs. You can see here Kokopelli, the flute player. And so we're going to do some more analysis and maybe do an analysis video.